Welcome back to the Life is Strange Deep Analysis. We're going to go to the Vortex Club party, and we're going to analyze every second of it. There's a lot of fun stuff happening at this party, both in terms of how it's designed and how it's written.
I hate touching all these clothes.
It is kind of nasty.
So you notice that we're shouting to get over the sound of the music, which is a nice touch, but sometimes goes awry, as we'll see.
Do you notice anything unusual about the Vortex Club tonight?
Yeah, I noticed they don't get
Now, even though the scene is a little bit odd, and, it's got a very different flavor, we are getting back into the old school Life is Strange gameplay. That is, we're going to be walking around and talking to people, while flattering them horribly.
Everything turns out your way in the end.
Well, thank you, Max. I really appreciate that. Hey, your face looks so intense. Are you okay?
No.
Now, at this point, we can really feel the end of the game coming at us, and this is flat out us saying our goodbyes. We are obviously just here to say our goodbyes. And at some level, it's pretty clear that Max knows this. This is a really well done scene where you walk in, just the quick little cut across of the music, cutting out and then coming back full swing. It does give the feel of an actual party, as thrown by dumbass high schoolers with too much money. Look at that strict dress code. Now, having the scene take place in a party like this is pretty inspired, because a party is fundamentally a method of really setting the player off balance. Parties like this, there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of confusion, flashing lights, and it is something where the player will feel like they are someplace strange, and they're not in control of what's going on. They can't really tell what's going on, and that is excellent for this kind of scene. Max feels like she's kind of lost, like things are going chaotically. Also, notice that they couldn't render enough 3D models, so they took video of a bunch of dancing characters and displayed them as sprites. Those are all sprites. It's a fun trick. Kind of obvious to anyone who knows what they're looking for, though. These three aren't. That's the trick. You mix the cheap-ass sprites with some real characters.
Oh yes, I'm a full-time.
You are. That's what I like about
It's more into science, show, right?
Yeah.
I like science fiction.
And here is Daniel awkwardly hitting on Brooke. But we're just here to say goodbye.
It's an entrance. I only came to the party because of you.
I'm glad to see you out and about. By the way, have you seen Nathan Prescott tonight?
No, I've been hanging with Brooke since I got here.
I'm sure she appreciates that.
Your face. Well, I'll be celebrating someday in a museum next. Adios.
Now let's say goodbye to Brooke.
I didn't expect to see you at a Vortex Club party. No, I haven't seen him. And I'm not looking for him, so I...
The camera work in these conversations is much more subdued than it normally is. It's just cutting between two shots. And I think they did that on purpose because of the chaos of the background. It's really hard to keep track of what's going on if both the camera and the background are skewing around.
Maybe this party will be the end of the Vortex.
I'm more into science than art, but what kind of a selfish fangirl would miss a exhibition.
Okay, if there was a Miyazaki exhibition in Boston, I'd be there.
We got all bullshit. Like all of us here.
You seem so wise and kind of invincible this week.
Yep.
I think that snow and eclipse gave you superpowers.
Nope. I created them with my superpowers.
I don't think having superpowers would make my life easier.
That was a choice that made no sense. The two choices didn't have any relationship to what you were going to say, and that's generally something you should try to avoid, but these conversations don't mean anything. These are just conversations for the player, so that the player can say goodbye to these characters.
Is he hiding or something?
Here's Courtney, but we can't talk to her yet. Now, the reason we can't talk to Courtney is because they wanted to save on production costs. So if you don't get Courtney to invite you to the party, I think she's the one guarding the VIP entrance. Okay, that one was also not really bullying, but they sure do laugh a lot. Oh, what? Stop. Stop. I don't... That was frigging annoying.
Alyssa, incoming! I'm on it.
As usual, she wasn't being bullied. She was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. You bet, but now I gotta go back and say goodbye again. That double rewind thing is kind of obnoxious. So I wanted to mention Brooke's standing pose. You see, every character has their own standing pose, and that's something that a lot of game devs really make the mistake of not using to its fullest. While Brooke's standing pose is fairly subtle, it's also one which does give her a sense of personality, much more distinct than if she was just standing exactly like Dana or any of the other girls did. And I think that's important. So if you can, try to give your characters unique animations, including standing animations. Here's Luke. We didn't have anything to say to him before. This is the first time we've talked to him in this playthrough. He wanted to see Nathan get his ass kicked, and we're basically going to go ahead and tell him that that's exactly what happened.
Why are you looking for Nathan?
I want to make sure he's not gonna do anything tonight.
Like what happened to Kate. I have dreams that somebody finally kicks his ass one day.
Sometimes dreams come true. Today I saw Warren give Nathan epic headbutt.
Yes, give it up for Brother Warren. Now all we have to do is drive all these goddamn Prescott fans.
The music is so loud.
That'll be hard to do when the Prescotts own the town. And the Vortex Club.
I call it the Vortex Cult. Look at this crap. Dress code? VIP section?
There's no dress code.
Bullshit.
Preach it, Brother Luke. Okay, I have to get going. Thanks for seeing me.
No, thank you. For helping Kate. And for keeping it real. Peace out.
I never noticed that piece of graffiti before. Howdy, Alyssa. Time to say goodbye.
Good luck.
So these kinds of interactive goodbyes are generally pretty good. They let you really draw on all of the accrued growth over the game. So the whole game has unfolded and we've gotten to know these characters. Giving us a chance to say goodbye to them allows us to pull all of that back into our current mind, our current frame of mind. And it works pretty well. So that's why it's used so often. Lots of games and movies have this same situation, same goodbye. You say goodbye to all the people you knew.
I can drink more later.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm not bothering you, am I? No? Okay.
Hello? Can you please hurl and flush already?
Never noticed this either.
Like an hour.
Gross. How did this even get here?
Maybe you're not the only one who has to
I'm
get
never
sick.
leaving this toilet.
If you don't wrap it up, we're
So here's where we learn that they didn't realize that this conversation was going to happen in a bathroom.
Yo, maximum overdrive.
At least not when
About
Max was doing the
time
recording.
you got here to save this lame rave. Want to get ripped?
You look pretty ripped already, Justin.
Can you hear that giant loud music I'm shouting
Why
over?
did you even come tonight?
Where else can I go on Arcade on Thursday night? Besides, Dana's here. She's not with me. So yes, this party sucks. You're obviously not cool with Dana. I tried to front like I was. When I saw them together, came over like a bitch.
No, it's more like somebody who's in pain. I'm sorry,
The
Justin.
delivery sounds so weird because it's obvious that she thought she was going to be shouting over music.
I'm gonna find somebody just as cool,
It's okay though.
minus the drama.
Max, I know I'm twisted, but your face looks so fucking intense. And your voice sounds different. You okay? How about a quick tap?
No, I'm cool, Justin. Then I have to be going. Maybe you should go somewhere else.
Fucking Maximus, you're right. I'm torturing myself here. Plus, I'm too loaded.
Of course, that doesn't mean he's actually going to go anywhere else because that would require more effort, and they were on a budget. I can't hold that against them. It's fine that he's going to stay there. If you talk to him again, he just says that he'll move when he's a little less drunk. Time to go into the VIP section. Hello, random lady. Let us in, let us in.
Excuse me, but I'm going in.
Sorry, but this is the VIP section. Members only. Okay?
Sorry, but I'm on the list, okay?
I know that Max Caulfield is not on any list for the Vortex Club. Nice try.
Listen,
No, you listen. Courtney is supposed to be the VIP gatekeeper, not me. So please go.
So now we can talk to Courtney. Magically, the option opens up. And I said this before, it's important for this game. This game has these things where your options change as you learn more. And I don't hold it against them at all that we couldn't talk to Courtney initially. Although it might have been nice to be able to say one or two lines.
hey Courtney, how are you?
Max, our guest star arrives fashionably late. Say bonsoir to the end of the world. Even though you flaked on my party makeover, you still get special access to the Vortex Club VIP lounge.
You better let
You're still wearing that damn shirt.
That little asshole just made her last mistake. She thinks
Whatever.
she's Victoria. Bye-bye. Now, let's go make an official VIP entrance.
Now, I don't know who voiced this lady, but she sounds really familiar. I wonder if she's voiced a lot of anime or something.
Put Max's name on the list. So you like decide
Maybe I'll
to
look that
block
up
her
later.
from coming in while I'm taking a break? You're not in charge here.
Wait, I just...
Oh my god, you're done! And you're off the list permanently. Welcome to the Vortex Club.
Oh yay, she's still a bitch even when she's being nice to us. Sorry, poor nameless girl, who you obviously were never intended to actually be in the center of the screen. Let's go in. This is the VIP lounge.
Is the Vortex Club. So his ass has to be here tonight.
They're really playing up the fact that we're hunting Nathan and he's got to be in here, but we've seen neither hide nor hair of him.
She's wasted and nobody is looking out for her. Nobody learns at Blackwell.
You're not even going to, like, adjust her a little bit so that she's not destroying her neck and... whatever. I can't fix her, apparently. So we could talk to Hayden. He hasn't really got anything to say, and we didn't ever say anything to him, so we'll skip it. You can say goodbye to Hayden if you really want to.
Look at you go, girl.
Taylor, have you seen Nathan yet?
No, that's fine by me. He's been getting, like...
One of the things about this that's kind of cool is this long-ass goodbye scene where we're going and saying goodbye to everybody. It's also couched with this other goal that we've got. So we're not simply saying goodbye to say goodbye. We're walking up and asking, where's Nathan? We are in trouble. We gotta find Nathan. And goodbye forever. It's a good way to combine things and make it so that it's not too obviously just a giant goodbye scene.
I'm glad to know you're looking out for us too.
Nope, I'm done looking out for you, sorry. A bunch of underage drinking going on?
It's very powerful.
I know Victoria Victoria is next on Nathan's hit list.
That would be...
Sorry, Max. Vortex Club members only.
Sorry, I'm on the guest list.
I'm taking you off.
Go fuck yourself, you Victoria. I don't have time for this bullshit.
Real cute, Max. And after I apologized to you the other day. Do you even have a clue what's going on?
Now, I'm not sure if we've done nothing but good to Victoria. We may have skipped a couple of scenes in our haste. But if you do this right, she'll treat you pretty nice.
Don't you even try to blame me.
Mr. Jefferson doesn't talk that way, and he's famous.
Oh yeah, you could emulate Mr. Jefferson. That's a great idea.
Thanks for admitting again that I have some talent. Not that I think I always do.
I don't either. That's the choice you made.
Hard to believe, but I don't always make the best choices. Do you think it's like fate we're not supposed to be friends?
Maybe, but who says we have to be enemies?
Whoever makes that decision.
That would be us, Victoria.
Well, Max Caulfield, I could always choose to let you in the Vortex Club.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But not for the
I
reasons-
wanted you to hear that conversation because I thought it was fairly well structured, just enough pushback from both sides to make sense. Of course, this option doesn't matter. Whatever you choose, it doesn't end up helping.
Your life is in serious
But it does let
danger,
us know how well we've been doing vis-a-vis Victoria.
friend, but he is truly unstable and dangerous. He did drug Kate at that party so he could take her somewhere dark.
What? Nice try, Max, but I don't believe you. And why would he do that?
That I don't know yet. But it was enough to make Kate want to die. And I think you're next.
Max, that is crazy. Nathan is like...
So here's a fun bit where she does react differently depending on how well you've treated her in the past.
Just because he has little meltdowns.
They're not little anymore. They're deadly. I don't care if you hate me or not. You have to believe me.
You could have been a major bitch to me when I got hit with that paint, and I deserved it. Max, I don't hate you. I actually think you're one of the coolest people at Blackwell. Weird, but cool. You just don't know it yet. Maybe I'm jealous because you don't give a shit what anybody thinks, and I do. To be honest,
She's getting a little introspective all of a sudden.
he's not here and I haven't seen him.
Just make sure you stay away from him. And stick close to your friends tonight, okay?
I let you boss me around this one time. And I have other people I can go to for protection. Thanks for telling me this, Max. If what you said is true, then you be careful too.
I've got my own protection.
Text me if you need anything.
I will. Thanks, Victoria.
Au revoir.
Now, I'm not certain whether you can save Victoria's life or not, but I never managed to. I don't know if I'm just too dense or if she's just written as dead. It's kind of a shame. Okay, we'll say goodbye to Dana.
Yay, Max! I can't believe you showed up. Why didn't you tell me? We could have dressed up together.
As you can tell by my outfit, I was in a hurry. Dana, have you seen Nathan around?
Already know Nathan's not around.
Trevor, come on and dance with us.
Oh man, I'm getting a little tired of this scene. The endless music is super loud.
How's the end of the world going?
Thanks. The boy cannot dance though. Look at that.
That guy dances like Captain Shepard. Commander Shepard. Hey Chloe, let's get out of here.
There you are. Chloe, Nathan isn't here. Nobody has seen him tonight.
He's definitely not upstairs or in the lockers.
Damn. Maybe he's hiding in his dorm.
Then let's bail. Nathan can't hide anymore.
So, you made it.
Oh, hey, Mr. Jefferson.
Now, the first time I played through this game, I was busy hating on Mr. Jefferson, and he seems really creepy in this scene.
Nathan.
Uh-huh. I didn't know you were pals with him. I haven't seen him since this afternoon. He seemed pretty upset. I think he's still quite upset over the whole Kate situation.
Yeah, he's upset.
That makes sense.
Let's talk later, Max. I have to announce the winner of the contest.
Yep, let's go ahead and
I
see
do
who
wish
wins
you
this
would have entered.
contest.
You have to build up that resume and portfolio, but I know you will.
Thanks. I hope so.
Okay, excuse me. I'm almost on.
Let's get the hell out of here, Max.
Now, I'll be honest, this part is pretty weak. I think that the farewell sequences probably should have been shorter. This long in the noise of this club really does wear you down. And this goes on way too long. I'm gonna go ahead and practice Premiere's fast forward function now. Bloop.
Victoria won. Big surprise. I can't believe she blackmailed Jefferson.
Well,
Yes, I can.
yeah.
Who fucking cares?
So that scene packs a little bit more punch when you know what's actually going on with Mr. Jefferson, but when you think that Nathan is the only threat around, it doesn't feel right. It feels kind of dull and off-topic. We're getting into the darker parts of the game now, and we're gonna try and
Nathan just
figure out
texted
what's
me.
going on.
He says there won't be any evidence left after he's done.
So,
Shit.
how?
Go to the junkyard right now.
We have his phone. It's in your room. Why do you think this is actually Nathan? Still unclear as to why Nathan keeps his phone taped to the back of his sofa anyway.
Rewind fast if Nathan tries to jump us.
So we are using our phone light again, but there's nothing in this place for us to search. It's just to follow the Chloe, and that's it. As you might guess, this is where the game gets very dark. In fact, it gets so dark that it's almost funny. It's sort of like an episode of Dexter.
Catch Nathan, you better rewind so I can kill him over and over.
Jesus, be quiet, okay? We have to be invisible.
That's why I'm using my light.
So creepy out here.
I've tried to make this clear, but I really don't like these plot twists. This one in particular feels incredibly forced. Not only does it feel forced on us in terms of what happens in the game world, it also feels forced onto us narratively because it doesn't link up very well with the story of Chloe and Max. I think that this is where the writing really starts to fall apart, but obviously if you disagree, that's great. Feel free to let me know your own personal opinions in the comments.
Oh, no. Chloe, look out.
What the fuck?
So we're supposed to feel very emotional about this, but the problem is that it doesn't feel real. I can rewind time, and there's never been any indication that having a syringe stuck in me would magically make that not work. It also feels just kind of weird at how bad we are at detecting someone who's sticking us in the neck with a syringe. Every other time in the game when someone has attacked us, even by surprise, we've been able to rewind time. Anyway, this is the big reveal. It's all Jefferson. Nathan has nothing to do with it. Nathan is responsible for like one girl and or two girls, And the rest was all Mr. Jefferson. Well, that's the end of the 4th chapter. The 5th chapter is mostly bad. We're going to talk a lot about the parts I don't like. Maybe some people like them more than I do. I will see you there.